Hello Cancer and welcome to my channel Attila Tarot. In this video we're going to take a look at what kind of energies you can expect in the month of May in the areas of money, career and finance. As usual, this is a general reading, so please take whatever resonates and leave the rest behind. First we're going to start with your oracle card, and for you the card that came out is Coyote Spirit. Trust in divine detours. So this is the card that's telling me that maybe some of you are having a goal, some of you that you are trying to achieve something, and you've been kind of finding that you've been going on these detours in life, something that you might feel that it's not really connected to whatever you want to achieve, whatever you want to do in your life, in your career. Maybe there's a business or something, and you're kind of wondering, how on earth did I get here? What's the reason for this? Me working for this company, working on this business, or whatever you feel like is a detour for you. But you're gonna see that the universe has some kind of a plan, and that's why this detour is something that's going to help you greater to achieve your goals, or something that's even better. Just make sure to take this detour, whatever it is, lightly, and make sure that you enjoy the experience, and don't necessarily deal with, oh my god, where am I, because at the end you're gonna get to where you need to. But let's see what the tarot is telling us. In the center of your reading, you have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands, which is an indication that things are speeding up in your life. This is a fast-moving card, and generally an indication that things are happening fast. Maybe you are busy. It can be an indication of messages. Maybe there are a lot of messages that you need to deal with. There are a lot of updates as well. It is just, things are moving along very fast when this card is in the center of your reading. It can be a card of travel as well. Maybe some of you need to travel somewhere, but definitely it can be some messages that are coming, and positive message. What's really great that this brings some positive messages. Um, your reading starts with the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords, it can be your energy or a person you're dealing with. She is somebody who's very wise, who's very smart, and she is kind of very factual, very great communicator. She speaks what she thinks, like she's not a sugarcoater. So this is like a person that she can see through many things, and it's very hard to mislead her. So again, like it might be the card of clarity as well. Maybe clarity is very important for some of you this time in terms of achieving clarity. But again, like the Queen of Swords is somebody who's been through a lot, and she always learned from all of those experiences that she's been through. And the next card you have here is the Devil. So the Devil is a shadow card. It is generally an indication that something is out of balance in your life. It can be as well as an indication that you are very materialistic, or finances are kind of controlling you, or it can be also an obsession of something or about something. Maybe you're obsessed about reaching a goal. Maybe you are obsessed about being somewhere. But the devil can be also an indication of a toxic environment, toxic work relationship, maybe a toxic boss, where things are kind of not nice. But the devil always has this uh, uh, ability to lure you in, because maybe the money is good, or maybe you're enjoying working with some people, and even though you kind of not you don't want to be there, but you keep staying there. Devil can be also a sign that some of you are kind of in a situation, or where you don't see a way out of your situation, and you're kind of going in circles. And whenever it kind of comes up, it's an indication that you have the decision. It's a reminder that you have the decision. You're the one who controls your life, even though you might not be able to see it or feel it that way. Because if you're in a toxic work environment, you can look for another job, or if there's a situation that you're obsessed with, you need to kind of just let it go. And you also have the King of Swords, which is very interesting because it is the divine counterpart of the Queen of Swords. He's also very smart, very logical, and he's all about the truth and nothing but the truth. He's a very good communicator as well. So maybe some kind of the truth or clarity might be very important for you here in your past. It can be also that you have two people that are kind of similar, but the king and the queen of swords can, although they're kind of a good match, but because both of them are kind of saying what they feel, because of that. And with the devil, there might be that these two people are hurting each other all the time in a work relationship. And you also have here the Three of Cups, which is a lovely card, because this is the card of joy, celebration, when you're kind of getting together with people from the office, people from work, and celebrating something. Maybe you achieve something, maybe there's an office party, maybe there's a news that's making everybody happy. But I can see that this person who is represented by the Queen of Swords, she's definitely looking forward to this. You also have here the Two of Cups, which is a lovely energy because it is the card of balance, it is the card of harmony, and it is also a card of a relationship, a work relationship, a business partnership that is really nice and mutual. Both parties benefiting from this relationship. It can be like a partnership, a business partnership, but it can also a sign of a contract. Maybe some of you are signing a contract. Maybe there's some kind of a news of a contract or a partnership that's gonna make you very happy and celebrate. Because Two of Cups is kind of like this commitment that two people committing to each other. They're coming from a diverse background. Now with the two swords, two quartz card of the swords, there might be some kind of a legal process in here for some of you, because the king of and the queen of swords can indicate people that are working in law enforcement, or they are judges, and maybe there's been kind of this interaction. But again, with the Two of Cups, there's some kind of a lovely energy of maybe making peace as well. If you've been kind of in an environment where there's been this bickering, or maybe there has been some legal battles, I can see that there's news of making a commitment or writing a contract that's gonna make people celebrate. But let's see what's going to be the final outcome of this reading. But before that, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. That's an indication that the reading helped you, and you can also help me to grow the channel to make sure that the message gets out to those who need it the most. For you, it is only costing a push of a button, so I hope that you already pushed those like and subscribe buttons. I'm always very excited to read in the comment how this reading is resonating with you, if you're willing to share it, of course. So in the future, you have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands, it can be a person, your energy as well, but this is something like a very adventurous person. This is a person who likes the new things, who is all about innovation and going on an adventure. Now also it can be a trip, especially with the combination of the Eight of Wands. Knight of Wands can be like, if you are looking for a job, or if you are thinking about having your own business. When the Knight of Wands comes out, it's an indication that you're going to be actually way more successful than you think. So if there's some kind of an idea that you've been sitting on, I think you should get going, especially with that Eight of Wands. You also have here the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is the card of resting, taking a break, when you might not think that things are improving or things are changing. Very interesting, this energy of the Eight of Wands, when things are very busy, and then the Four of Swords, when things are slow, when you are taking a rest, because you're healing, you're recovering from something. Now it might be as that, because with the with the devil can be addiction as well, like when you're a workaholic, or you're addicted to drugs, or anything, any kind of substances. It might be that, things are kind of speeding up because of all of that addiction, and now you're kind of healing, you are recovering. Also, it's important, with the balance and the imbalance of the devil, that some of you need to kind of balance a little bit better, being very busy at work and resting, because when you look at this card, right, like, it's, for me, this one, it's always reminding me of Star Wars, when everything is going with speed light, and then you have the resting here. So I think some of you might definitely need to take a break, and making sure that the amount of time you're spending on work and the amount of time you're spending on rest is definitely balanced. Now, because this Four of Swords can be also taking a break. Maybe you are going on a vacation, because you have here the Eight of Wands, which can be a trip. Maybe there's a vacation that you're going with these cards, like an adventure as well, this month. And you also have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is representing our faith, your faith, trusting yourself, trusting in the universe as well, which I think, it's very important here with this card of trust the divine detours. Hierophant can be your connection to the heavens, whatever heavens means to you. This is kind of like when the universe kind of sending you messages. Hierophant can also mean like a commitment as well, especially with the Two of Cups. This is kind of what you've learned, or maybe you are learning something new. Maybe there's some kind of a new position, or a leadership position, or something where you need to go back to school. Hierophant can also mean an institution, which is a very old, established institution. It can be also be a sign that you are working with a community of people as well. Community is very important in your work. Some of you might be even teachers, and you have here the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is, like every ace, it's an indication of a new chapter, a new beginning of some sort in your life. But this is it can be a new job, a new business, a new contract. But this is also a card of victory. So some of you might be, if you're going through a legal battle, I think you can expect that you're going to be victorious when the Ace of Swords comes up. But this is also a card of communication. So some of you might be having this very lifting communication, especially like, with these two people, with the King and the Queen of Swords. Maybe you need to kind of have this clarifying communication that kind of leads to clarity. Because, very important in this spread, that you have quite a few cards that are talking about clarity. This can mean clarity, this can mean truth and clarity, and this is also clarity and victory. But Ace of Swords can be this new beginning as well, that's mentally very good for you. Like it kind of recharges you mentally when the Ace of Swords comes up. And it can be also a contract, right? So maybe there's some kind of a contract about some kind of an agreement that's very important here. So that's all I have for you. I hope that this reading helped you, and I'll be able to welcome you again.